Okay, hopefully we're live now. Just going to give Alex our interview in a second. Let's just get people to rejoin the stream first. Good race, so mate.
Cheers.
I don't think Cyprian's too happy.
I think he was involved in a collision at the start. I wasn't sure, but I came around the first lap and he was, I was close to.
Yeah. Who was on the podium actually? That's a good question.
Alex and
Right. Anyway, welcome back, everyone. Thank you for coming back and joining us once more. We're here about to get the master split up and running. However, we've got some interviews left over from the challenger split, so we'll just go through that. If you've just joined us, you've just unfortunately missed one great race. I'm here joined by the race winner, Alex Cochran. Cochran, walk us through what happened.
yeah, I got pole just at the end of qualifying on my last lap, which I was happy with. Didn't expect it because the lap wasn't so good, but the track was improving a lot. Started on the softs, 2-stop on the mediums. I had to do a little overtaking because I was involved in a couple of incidents, but yeah, it wasn't too bad.
But yeah, I mean, it's pretty amazing for you to come back to win the race after making such a crucial mistake.
Yeah, I wasn't totally switched on, so I didn't expect.
As well as that, though, I mean, you left, like you said, you left qualifying last second, really. What happened there?
Yeah, I was really struggling with the car, and all the whole time I've been driving the track, I've been really unhappy with the rear of the car. On entry, I've been locking the brakes on the rear. Exit, I've struggled with the diffs, but yeah, I was just struggling to get a clean lap in until the final lap.
Oh, well, man, that's some great start to the season for you, and let's hope you keep up this momentum. What's your thoughts on the other drivers, though? Anyone you worried about?
Yeah, there was a couple of drivers which were definitely up to pace. They were making some, I think they had some incidents. I know Connor I was racing him the whole race. He underfueled his car a little bit and ran out of fuel, I believe, not long before the lines. But he's definitely on the pace. I'm a bit worried about him.
That explains that then. That makes sense then, because he completely just dropped off the pace at the end. Right. Okay. Thanks for that. Thanks for that intel. Right. Well, that was Alex then. And how about we get another Alex in here? That's the wrong Alex. Alex Heinonen. What a race, man. It's a good debut race for you in the Challenger split.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was a crazy race. I feel really bad for Connor, though. He didn't deserve that.
I know.
Must be really heartbroken.
But I mean,
is the server up yet?
The server should be up, yeah. Everyone, please don't interrupt the interviews. Just ask if there's a server up. Yes, it's up.
I didn't know the stream was up.
Right. So, where were we? So where did you qualify for? If you can just remind me.
I think P4. I can't quite remember. P4, I think, or P5.
So it's not a bad result. I mean, like, it is pretty cutthroat, this sport. You can't really, be sorry for other people, because at the end of the day, their loss is your win.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, but the race, I struggle with the car a lot. I came into contact with my teammate into like turn 3. So I had like rear wing damage all the way through, and I didn't know how long with the fixed take. So I was scared to fix it because I was battling for position. But then when I kind of found my pace and my place, then I fixed the issue and it got better.
Brilliant, man. It was really enjoyable watching you, honestly, and you know, in the chat, keep it. We're repping you here at Octane.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for streaming and thank you for having me.
No worries, man. So that was Alex Heinonen, and with that in mind, let's get Connor Pelkmans. What happened, man? What happened?
Halfway through the final lap, car just ran out of fuel. I didn't expect it at all because I put 102 liters in, and apparently Alex got to the end on 95.
Ooh, a lot of over revving, maybe. Was your foot down on the accelerator on the start for long or something?
Maybe.
I don't know, man.
I have no idea. I'll have to learn what happened.
Maybe you need to talk to the boys on the pit wall
Yeah.
regarding that one. But that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it was so close, and I think I did a really good job coming back after accidentally punting Alex off.
Yeah, you're right there. I mean, it was a crazy race. It could have gone anyone's way. So it was amazing to see you guys still at it, near enough to the last lap. But I guess this is just one of those things, unfortunately, man. I've been there. Trust me. I've gotten away with it though. I had to unlap myself. No, I had to let myself be lapped by the leader to make it to the finish line because I underfueled, and I was battling for position back then as well. So I feel you in that sense.
Yeah, it's just race one. I think there's plenty of opportunity.
You're right there, and it's that optimism that will put on a great season, I reckon. But yeah, man, you were part of history, regardless of what happened, man. You were part of history, so well done in that sense. And
Right.
thank you for putting on a good show for us.
No problem, man. Thank you.
Nice one. And we had him here earlier to try and interview. Let's see if we can get him back in here. Daniel, can you hear us?
Yes, I can this time.
How's it going, man? How would you pronounce your surname? Sorry.
Van Broekhoven.
Van Broekhoven. I'll try and work on that. But what happened to you, man? What happened out there?
Well, I had a pretty good start. I managed to get into P6 in the first lap due to other people's mistakes, but eventually, I think around somewhere in lap 24, I made a mistake, somehow damaged my wings, and I decided to pit to repair both my wings and switch back to softs. And then the first lap out, I just hit the curb and drove into the wall, and another pit stop would have taken too much.
Yeah, man, these things happen, unfortunately. It's learn from them, I guess.
Yeah, comes with time.
But great for positives to take from this, I think. So
Yeah, great, and the fuel was amazing. It was good.
But yeah, I mean, just keep at it, man, because I mean, these things they swing around about. One week it'll be something rubbish like this. Next week you'll be on the podium nonetheless.
Yeah, I'll try. Next time I might not want to start the race with practicing.
Yeah, maybe that as well, man. Maybe that.
Yeah, no, Bahrain is I'm gonna practice a lot, and we'll see how it goes.
It's a good track. It's one to really enjoy. So yeah, good luck out there, man.
Thanks.
And I think that is the last of the interviews. One last second, I've got Sipalix here wanting an interview. So
no, I was.
Yes, Sipalix. He's very angry right now. So why don't you get off your chest, Sipalix? What's up? You're live.
You don't have time to tell you what I have in my chest, in my mind. No.
Sipalix, you had a bad race.
Yes.
And
you know why, so I can't discuss here. I don't want to ruin other drivers.
I appreciate that, Sipalix. However, as you saw, your teammate got P4, and
yes, I'm happy for him.
So, yeah, I mean, look at it this way: next week that'll be you. So you've got the pace. Don't put yourself down, man. Don't put others down as well, because this is just the situation you're in. So make the best of it.
Okay, thank you so much, Kilgore, for your sweet words.
Thank you very much, Siflix. You put on a good race nonetheless.
Thank you so much.
And that is me done for tonight, interviewing these guys. Shortly, Martin will be taking over, and you will be witnessing the master split, where we'll witness pretty much the same thing, but longer and more of that. But yeah, thank you very much for watching me, and Martin will be taking over now.
And here we are. The first master race of the season. It will be very, very interesting to see. So it's the first round of the season, the Australian Grand Prix. As we have some stats below. It's a long race. This one, it's a longer race of the two. And we see last year James May was pretty quick, but if I recall correctly, he was in a collision the first lap, and that did cost him a bit. Hopefully, we'll not have a first lap collision this time around. We can pray. But as I said, this is the master split. I'll see if I can get what I've prepared out there. And let's see how they do in qualifying, because that is what we want to see. We don't want to hear me talking. So here we go. With sprints here, I will see if I can get myself some team names up. So with Prince here, Prince currently racing in the Sim Apex RT car. Coming out to start his flying lap. And who do I have with me? We have Maxi. Maxi,
Yeah.
how are you feeling today? You're racing, am I right?
I am racing, but I'm not qualifying.
You're in racing but not qualifying. How come?
Carrying over a penalty from the last race.
It's race 2.
It's race 1, but
Yeah.
from last season.
From last season. Ooh.
Yes, a back of grid penalty.
So how does that feel coming to the start of this season, having it carried over?
I mean, it's it's gonna be pretty exciting. It's gonna have to do a recovery race, and yeah, it's gonna be fun.
And any comments for the race? Anything you want to say?
No, I'm just
No?
here to
Feeling
enjoy
good?
myself.
Feeling good?
Feeling decent, yeah. Pace not bad. It's all gonna be about not crashing as usual.
As usual.
As usual.
But you did have a very good run in the end of last season compared to previous seasons.
Yeah, just generally last season. I mean, I only did 3 races, but I had
Oh, right.
a win and a podium, so
Yeah.
pretty good out of 3.
Aim to do more races this season?
Definitely aiming to do the full season.
Aiming to do the full season, yeah. Now I guess a lot of us has a bit more time, at least now to start with. Hopefully we won't have it the whole season, but
But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. I just wasn't sure if you were informed about why I am.
I was not. No, I don't really have any information. So
please don't think it's because I'm slow.
we all know it is.
Okay.
Thank you, Maxi, and good luck in the race. So that was Maximilian Younger racing for Octane Energy Double Plus with Stefan Trummer today. Octane, who did have a good run last year. And Andreas Schilder seems very quick, currently with the 1.29, 7 tenths faster than anyone else at the moment. with 10 minutes to go of qualifying, I think we will see most of them ramping up their speed here shortly. I gotta say, I love the look of these cars. I really do. As Urmas Reese goes into P1, I'm not sure why we do not see it. Urmas Reese with 122.8. For some reason not showing up in the standings there. I'll see if we can jump with him. So here he is. 122.8, but for some reason not showing up in the standings. Hopefully that won't be an issue during the race. Urmas, who we all know is blistering quick whenever he gets in a car. This traffic is moving nicely. Yeah, that's a nice livery for the Adhesion Edge BMW. So the BMW engine in this car. I haven't seen that in Formula 1 for a while. As Urmas comes to the last few corners of the track. What will we see? What will he do? He comes into the pits. Let's go with Andreas there. Andreas in the Griffin team. And do I suspect it? Yeah, it's the Griffin, yes. So the timings you guys see is not completely correct. We currently have Urmas Reese in pole position, followed by Andreas and Clanky. So it's like Urmas is missing from the standings for some reason. Some people not actually showing up. That's weird. Hopefully it will be fixed while we get to the race. As Magzire up into 4th. And Andreas Schilder is up into 1st position again now. Beating Urmas Reese with about 5/10. So current pole is 122.3. Second position 122.8. And soon there's not a lot of time. We still have 6 minutes to go here. See if we can jump down with one of the guys who's not up on top. Let's go with Machalenko here. Machalenko who's currently in a Sim Apex RT, just as Prince that we saw earlier. I like the look of that car. Reminds me a bit of a Braun. I like I like the green-white colors. They fit well together. There's a little black in the mix there as well. And Machalenko's name right there on their air ring. Go on board with him here for a while. There we go. Now with Magzire. Magzire in the Forza Sahara. Magzire last season was on top, but this season not up there. He's currently in P6. Will we see him put the blistering lap in here shortly or no? Magzire warming the tires a bit by the looks of it. Go. I think Magzire is starting his flying lap here. And let's just ride with him and listen to the car. And as we come across the line, 123.5, Magzire up to 4th on the medium tires. So he's currently the highest ranking people on the medium tires. The 3 guys in front of him are on the soft tires. Let's go with Ormas Rees here on the soft tires. The red wall tires. Ormas is now showing up in the standings, and the standings seem to be somewhat corrected now. Yes. To sort itself out. 2 minutes of qualifying to go. There are a few slight gaps actually in qualifying. It's not as tight as it seemed to be last year. Urmas there is sponsored by SpaceX, so I guess they have a lot of money put into the team. Jokes aside, 2 minutes to go. Andreas Schilder, currently in pole. Will Ormas get it? Ormas on a slow outlap there, probably. Now on this fast lap. Sorry about that. As the DRS opens. Ormas looking really smooth here. Will he be able to come back up and get pole, or will Andreas Schilder keep it? As we currently have the top 3, Andreas Schilder, Mixa Mortiferum and Ormas Rees, all on softs, followed by Paul Magzire, Vladislav Machalenko and Clank Hughes on the mediums, and Dave Southworth, Crystal Bose on soft, and then we have Stim Prince on mediums, and rounding up the top 10 with Dogwood Falcon on soft. So it's a bit of mix of soft and mediums. I did not actually manage to get the pit strategy on here, but by the looks of it, it's going to be a one-stopper between mediums and hards, or two-stopper, soft, medium, soft. Unsure about the amount of laps people will have to will be able to pull their tires. So, as Ormas Rees goes 1 second quicker than Andreas Schilder with a 1:21.3. I'm getting reports now though that it might not be soft, medium, soft as the previous information I was told. I'm getting told soft, medium, medium now. So people are all around on their strategies. This will be interesting to see what will pay and what will not pay in the end of the race. And do I have someone with me now?
Kilgore's joined you.
Kilgore.
I thought, why not? I'm enjoying watching the race from the spectators' point of view, but I can understand it can be a bit lonely in the.
Kilgore, as we're coming to the end of qualifying, Irma's Reese has put in a second quicker lap than anyone else. Do you think it was sandbagging before, or was he just really pulling it along?
It seemed like it, didn't it? I mean, I just said a second ago, oh, Irmis is slightly off the pace. And Maxi, in his ways, he's like, nope.
Yeah.
He's just warming up his time.
As Andrea Schilder, though, now comes closer, just 3/10 off with a 1:21.7, or 4:10, sorry. So I think we will have a race between Reese and Schilder, while the other guys are not just up to pace quite just yet. See if Schilder here does not seem to be in a quick lap, but we'll see if we can come with him. Let's see if we can finish it off here. Mass qualifying is now about to end. So, do you have any bets for tonight?
Bets? I mean, a lot of people will obviously be putting their money on Irmis. An interesting fact to point out about Irmis, though he is racing for a team, he won't be scoring any points in the constructors. He can only score points for himself. Reasons are, controversial, but the rules have been set in place for his return to the league. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting race tonight, nonetheless.
Yeah, it will be interesting. So, a bit of special rules in place. Very interesting. I did not know about that. It's good to have you here. As we get some cheering for Dave and for Stin, so in the chat, hopefully we'll have a bit more people joining soon. Myself, I'm very excited for the first race of the season with a new car and a little bit of rebranding.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's been a long wait of winter, trying to iron out the kinks, keep everyone happy, but it's finally here, and the wait is paying off.
And a lot of new teams and new drivers for this season.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's probably gonna be a spotter's guide in the works after this.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it. Reading through here as we're getting up on the grid to start. And remember, Kilgore, don't press the button.
Yeah, don't press the button. As you can see, Maxi Younger at the back of the grid there, unable to participate in qualifying for
back of grid
infringements last season. Yeah.
Yeah, he was in here. We had a talk with him in qualifying, so we'll get as we get the lights on, and off we go. First race of the season. As it seems to be a bit of a quick start here for Irmas, but Andreas comes up on the inside. See if we can win them here directly. Oh, for some reason we can't. There we go. As Irmas and Andreas directly pull away a little bit.
Andreas made a collision with the wall there. Looked like Dave Southwood, one of the yellow cars. I could be wrong, but it seems to be a pretty clean start.
Clean start. Well, we have both Andreas and Irmas going a bit side by side here in the first lap. But Irmas now in the lead. Sorry.
I was going to say it's going to be a long race, so I mean, they say a lot can be decided on the first lap, but it's anyone's race, to be honest.
Yeah, and a lot of different tire strategies. I think I've heard, 4 or 5 different strategies now. People calling other strategies no way and so on. So it will be very interesting, very, very interesting to see what pays off in the end. For now, it is like Irmas is just hauling it as much as he can, but Andrea is still sticking with him.
Yeah, I mean, the closest gap at the moment is in the midfield. He's got Van Dijk all over his tail. He's closing in on Boza at the same time.
Second here, yeah. And that's a big train that we're looking at in the midfield there. It seems like I have some issues with the timing screen. There we go. Let's see if I can get it all up. Now it's working for me. Oh, as we have Van Dijk off the track. There.
Southwood's also in the pit.
Yeah. Oh, as Van Dijk and sorry, Pawn. Yeah. They went side by side. They were going to jump up a little bit with the guys in the front again, as they have pulled away. Now a 2-second gap till third, but under Schilder there. Schilder just keeping the gap within DRS distance for now. And I think these two will be going at it for a long time. And hopefully for Urmas he will keep his composure, but I know how he can be under pressure. I think for Urmas this will be a long race.
Maximilian Younger makes his way up into the points, or point, shall I say, singular, in P10. Starting from the back of the grid. He'll be happy with that.
Yeah, as we jump down Magzire, that very, very red car of Octane Energy.
His teammate, Stephen Cromer, unfortunately not doing as well. But it's his first race for the team. He'll be, getting to grips with the car. He was drafted in the last second, so, best of luck to him out there.
And I gotta say, Octane Energy with a wonderful sponsor on their rear wing, with your sponsor here.
Yeah, I mean, any opportunities, guys, if you're watching the stream and you want to get your brand out there, call us, we'll put you on a car. That goes for the rest of the league. As a matter of fact, we can call it Former Trout. It's mainly a placeholder name.
Yeah. Still sponsored by P1. As well, Project P1.
Yeah, Project P1.
As the red car is going on. We're gonna jump back up to Mazris as it seems like Schilder is just falling slightly behind now, 8/10 behind. But we're coming up to some DRS straights here soon, and hopefully it is just outside the gap now. I'm not sure he will actually get the DRS on the start-finish straight.
Yep, Irmus Riss is booted up as hacks_notepad.exe, and yeah, he's just set at the fastest lap, 123.8, so he'll be getting the extra point for that as well.
Schilder is still within DRS though, and is really sticking with. We're gonna jump in with the with him here, see what it looks like from the view of Schilder. And the gap it's just below a second now, but he is sticking with Irma surprisingly. The two of them now built a 4-second gap till third. So that's impressive by both of them. As Irma's go a bit wide, that will be good for Schilder. Schilder will be closing that gap right down now to just half a second, less than half a second. And that pressure already getting to Irma's a bit.
Surprising to see him like this, to be honest. Because normally he's once he's got the open door, he's just away. Maybe it's this new car. Maybe it just doesn't suit his style just yet. Maybe he's having to hone in. But Andreas is all over him.
Yeah, as they come out to start finish here now, do you think we will be able to get? Oh, there's a collision! Holy Christ! And that is Irma's gonna drop down. Irma's standing now by the side, slowly getting back, and there will be damage for Irma's there. That is not something we're used to see from Irma's. Irma's did lose it. Oh, we'll see here. He's going very, very slowly, letting people past. Irma's actually did crash. I guess I put the commentator's curse on him.
Yeah, maybe. I blame you for that.
Yeah.
I'm not commentating. I'm a passenger.
So that is surprising to see, but I think we'll see a chart from Irma through the field here once again
Give
soon.
me 2 seconds, sorry. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna be...
Yep. As Maxi now, Max is right on the back of Irmas. Irmas letting him pass, so I suspect Irmas having some damage there. Irmas will not be happy about that. But the gap is closing to Schilder, so does Schilder also have damage in the front? Well, I guess we'll see shortly. With Maximilian Junger here. And the red Octane Energy Plus. As we'll jump to Machalenko. Machalenko currently closing down Christoph Bose. So that is that's the Sim Apex versus the Griffin. No, is it? I might be wrong again. Sorry about that. I have to see Christoph Bose. No, that's a Griffin. I am actually right for once. But
I'm
that
back.
is yes. Do you have any information for us?
Ermus Friss made contact with Maxi Younger, unfortunately. I think Ermus Friss, it wasn't intentional, he was trying to come off the racing line. Maxi wasn't aware that Ermus was damaged, but
Right.
Maxi might have a bit of damage.
Right. As Schilder now has pitted and got the medium tires on, I do think he had some slight damage as well. So that must have been the soft tires going. Mix is still out in front on the soft tires, but I heard they were going to last about 6-7 laps. So I think we're going to see Mix more for him coming in as well soon.
Yeah, he might have been trying to push him a bit too hard because, the estimated I got was between 7 to 10 laps, but who knows? Maybe the track conditions have been bumped off.
Yeah, and Irmas, I suspect Irmas and Schilder, they're just pushing each other a bit as well.
Ermus has gone off again. Ermus has gone off.
Irmas gone off again? This
Oh,
is
no.
not like him.
This is not the return he wanted.
With such a good qualifying and such a good start, he's gonna be very upset with us. We're gonna jump out with Clank Hughes though, currently in P3. And he's chasing down Paul Magzire in P2. As we see, both these guys are on the yellow wall tire, the medium tire.
I'm sorry to cut across, but what happened to Andrea? Why
Andrea
is he-
Schilder
did
has
he pit?
pitted for medium tires.
My bad,
Yeah.
my bad. I'm sorry. I was out there for a second trying to sort out
No
the
worries.
octane board.
As Clank Hughes now really closing down the gap to Magzire. Magzire, who was pretty dominating last season, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, him and Max Hamlin, who unfortunately isn't with us, not that he died, he's just participating in another series within the Formula Trout League. But Max and him went down to the wire, and it was decided by an extra round due to technicalities. Let's put it like.
Yeah.
Back to the race between Clank and Magzire. There's barely a second between.
Yeah. Then I wondered, is Magzire just controlling his pace, for the sake of the tires, or is Huge just that much quicker? What do you think?
Well, Mixer is just pulling away. If that's the case, you don't want to be letting your rivals essentially get the better.
Yeah.
There's a lot of points difference between first and second.
Of course, but we have to take in mind Mixer is currently on the soft and will have to pit soon, while Magzire and Clank both on the medium tire. So it's a different strategy between them.
You're a genius for pointing that out.
Yes.
I mean, like,
so that will play. I think that is the difference we're seeing at the moment. Because in the end, Mixa might have to do stop more than these guys if they handle the tires. That's what I'm thinking about right now. Because they suspect it's going to be a one-stop, medium to hard, or soft, medium, medium. So these guys might be on different. That's just what I'm sitting and thinking about. Is Magzire trying to just make his tires last longer for a one-stop? And is Clank Hughes and behind him pushing because he's on a two-stop? It's hard to know, and I guess they'll have to adapt throughout the race because this might just damage their strategies.
I mean, it's too early to call who's leading the race at the moment. You could say
Definitely.
Christoph Boozer is, you could say makes it.
Yeah. Christoph on the soft tires at the moment there, so you will probably see him close up as well in a few laps time. But Hughes now on the rear of Magzire. Magzire just keeping the gap of around 7/10. And it seems like Magzire now did up his pace a slight bit to keep Hughes behind him. And I think this is the battle we'll see for a while. We're gonna jump down a little bit to the field, have a look at Prince here, just in the middle of the pack. I gotta say,
Magzire makes a little mistake. Sorry to cut across, but yeah, go on. Sorry.
that livery of the Sim Apex car, I love that livery. I think it's very beautiful.
There's a lot of great liveries out there, and
Oh, yeah.
we're gonna have to put some kind of competition for who has the best livery.
Yeah, all of the liveries this season, I think everyone stepped up their game of painting this season. Of course, we have some brands like the Octane Energy that will be very recognizable. We know that car now, which I love. I love when that and Griffin and you get these teams that stay in place.
Yeah, I get you. It's just something iconic, I think, about it.
Yeah. You get the teams that I'm trying to find the word for it. You know, they establish themselves. Ooh,
Yeah, you're right there.
Bose Pits now.
Boozer pits, and Andreas makes his way down the inside of Maximilian Younger, and he makes it with ease.
And I think they just did two completely different tire strategies, and Maxi know that it's better to just let them pass rather than fight it. But Maxi there, showing himself on the outside, thanks to DRS. So yeah, any comments now? I think it's all just everyone's on such different strategies at the moment. It's hard to tell who's where and what the position it's gonna be.
Yeah, but it's really good at the same time. I mean, you know, as confusing as it is, it's anybody's game. I keep saying that, but these guys are slowly just being bunched up now. They just find themselves battling against people who are just doing something completely different
as we had Machelenko, I think, spinning there. Schilder also trying to look at Van Dijk here. Everything's going down.
Pits as well. Who's that? It's a mixer. The leader's pitted. And we have a new leader.
Yeah, as Schilder now really trying to get around, and as Van Dijk pits, I think smart call for him there to avoid the battle. Schilder now back up into fourth, really pushing his tires now. So I think he put on the hard tires, but unsure if he will be able to make them till the end the way he's pushing right now. Which I like. It seems like we do have more strategies in place than last year, which is just what we like. Strategy gamers. I love that.
This goes for an overtake around Pan Robert into T1. Leaves it till last second, but we're focusing on Clank Hughes at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we are. Clank Hughes showing himself on the outside, but he will not be able to make the pass quite. Oh, as they go almost side by side. Gonna jump with him here from his point of view. Coming up here on the start-finish straight, but just not be able to keep the gap in. I think he should have been a bit more patient and waited instead of trying the move where he did. But it's hard to say. It's from our point of view, it's completely different.
Yeah, you're right. You can only imagine.
Racers will be racers.
We've been in some similar situations though in our time, haven't we?
Oh yes. As they keep going on here, Magzire now up into P1, but
really kind of pushing the limits on where he can put that car. Carrying a bit too much speed into the corner by the looks of things, as Clank slowly gaining in on him on this part of the racetrack again.
And do you think Hughes will be a bit more patient this time and wait for DRS, or will he try the same move as last time around? Because I think that's what it's going to look like. He's coming with DRS now, closes it just right down, but does not able to show himself on the inside. I think he's going to wait until the start-finish straight this time around and use DRS.
It's mad seeing two champions battling against each other like this.
But,
You know, it's strange to think that it rarely happens at times. When it does, it's magical like this. Also worth noting that battle for P3 at the moment.
Well,
Andreas.
we're going to look for Andreas. Yeah, I was just about to mention that as well. See if we can come with him here, because he's going to have a look here soon for P3 on Prince. Andreas has been surprisingly quick. Andreas is new driver?
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, no comment.
Yeah, as he's really forcing himself on the inside. Ooh, going a bit, cutting the corner there. Not sure if I like that very much. He does slow down though, as Prince go off the track. And where Andreas now on the outside, not being able to make it stick. But Andreas really wants to pass. Really wants to get around Prince at the moment.
Yeah, he's just holding him up. When you think about it, this is not helping his strategy.
As Andreas Schilder is James May, I get information about right now, so that explains
Of
it all.
course, I forgot. I'm sorry, I was even informed about this.
Yes, so that explains, that makes it even more impressive for me.
I love it. I love it.
We will soon have three really quick drivers up there once Schilder is trying to get past now.
Just
And that is Maximilian Junger up into P5, really made his way through the field as well. So we will have the big names, so to say. We have Magzire, Hughes, Schilder, and Junger. I think, sadly for Prince will drop back a few positions very shortly. But the big names
slowly dropping off the pace. Sorry to cut across that.
I think Clank will have to think about his tires a bit. But yeah, the big names of the league that has been showing themselves in the past are all coming up to show why now. But I gotta say, Prince is doing a splendid job of keeping them behind at the moment.
Once again, the pack is slowly bunching up. Got little battles appearing all over the. The one we're focusing on at the moment is Andreas and Prince.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a four-way battle here soon with Mixa as well coming up. We have almost the entire field on mediums at the moment, except for Andreas, who's at the hard. So Andreas pulling this pace on hard tires is incredible. Andreas now getting past Prince, and I think we'll see Maxi doing the same very shortly. We're gonna stick with Prince and Maxi here. As Maxi also get by. Prince, I think, goes in the pits. Yes, he does.
Yeah.
And that will be... Mixa will be happy about that. Mixa really gained a lot by just closing up while they were being held up by Prince and did not have to overtake him. So that worked to his favor. That's incredible. Almost the whole field on the medium tires now.
Worth noting that Clank Hughes was fastest last lap by 2/10. So he's gaining. It's back and forth between the two drivers. Andreas faster than two of them though, going 125.
Yeah, Andreas is really showing his pace here. As Mixa, Mortifer now, Mixa are really closing up to Junger. And I think we'll see a battle between Junger and Mixa here in just a lap or two.
And Van Dijk looking for an opportunity around Sim Prince there.
And you say it as I think it. See if I can get over with Van Dijk. I cannot find him in my list at the very moment.
Get out of my head.
There we go. It seems like he's just dropped off a bit. We're gonna go back up with Mixa then. But I gotta say that car, what is that? For Sahara? A very sandy looking car, I think. Back to Mixa and Maxi here. The battle is really shaping up. As we come out to the DRS straight on the start finish here, and I think we'll see Mixa trying to make. Oh wait, sorry, I'm on the wrong part of the track. Getting mixed up with the corners.
Mixing you up.
Yeah, Mixa soon though will get DRS if he's not true. Really, almost forcing his way there on the inside.
He's
But
keeping Maxi honest though.
definitely. Into the very quick left-right, one of my favorite corners on the calendar. DRS pops open and Mixa will just dropped a bit behind, but will he be able to make a move here? No. The straight is just a bit too short. Maxi will have to put all efforts in now to keep him behind. Mixa on a few laps better tires. Mixa, they go side by side onto the start finish straight. They very close there, but very clean. That is what we like to see. And we could just see the gap between the two of them. But Maxi is keeping him honest and just keeping him behind right now. But now DRS pops open. I think we'll see a move again from Mixa here. Trying to show himself on the outside. Maxi defending. Mixa with the switchback. But Maxi is just making it stick. Very nice defensive driving from Maxi at the moment.
This is helping Andreas pull away though, it must.
Yeah. And Hughes really close up to Magzire. Do not want to leave this battle. We're going to have a quick look up with Hughes and Magzire. As there's now DRS open for Hughes. Really quick, we're going to jump back up to Magzire. We've got many battles out on track.
I'll follow Clank.
Yeah, thanks. I think this is the two main battles we will see at the moment. Maxi Junger and Mixa Morhiferin and Paul Magzire, Clank Hughes. Maxi is driving splendidly though to keep Mixa behind at the moment. As again we come out to the start finish straight, DRS pop up, and I think we'll see Mixa come here now. Mixa goes on the outside line. Will he make it past into the braking zone? Yes, he will. So Mixa just pushing all he can. He will now have to try to slow down a bit to get his tires to cool down, I think, because he's been pushing them. But now Max with the DRS. While we have a beautiful battle there, we're going to jump back up to P1 and 2, the battle for P1. As I think...
Right.
Sorry?
I was going to say you're right, because like Clank Hughes is closing in on Paul Magzire.
And we're going to see DRS open here. And they'll not belong to... And Reese falls down even more in the standings. So Urma's not having the race he wants. But look at this now. Hughes will give Magzire a run for his money, I think, on the start-finish straight this time around.
Having to cut the corner real tight there to turn his car around.
And just not having not having the same exit as Magzire for that turn. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's fine as we go into the next DRS zone.
As Schilder sets the fastest laps of the race, 1:23. So we're still not getting close to what we had last year, I believe. Yeah, last year we had the fastest lap in the race of 1:20.7 from Andreas. So Andreas setting the fastest laps both last season and this season.
Unfortunately, last season though, he was battling for first until he made that mistake on the first lap, I believe.
Yeah, first lap, him and Magzire, I believe it was.
Yeah, you're right there. And then Magzire making a mistake into this corner right now. Yeah, I think he's learned his mistakes though.
But now we see Clank Hughes with DRS open right behind Magzire. It's now season 7, so that's a year later.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, it's at least as exciting, if not more, this year compared to last. It's
I mean, I think that's completely subjective. As Paul Magzire pulls into the pits. Oh, there's a new race lead. This is up to Hughes now to set the lap of his lifetime, and he knows how to set a lap around here, doesn't he?
Yeah. As now Hughes. Oh, as Reese is out of the race, so Reese will be beating himself up tonight. He is not enjoying that. Hughes now will have to make his tires last as long as possible and go as fast as he can to prevent any undercuts from Magzire. So that will be Irma's out, switches for the lead left and right. What a race we're having.
It is literally like last season, but
Yeah. And something I love with this league, just the competition.
I know, it's so tight.
Never a boring race.
There's a nice little battle appearing in the rear of the midfield here between Douglas Falcon, Dave Southwood, and Malenko. Sorry if I pronounced that name wrong. I think I did.
Yeah, and I will jump down with him here. Look at that. That's a tight little train there. And who do we have? I gotta bring my cheat sheet up because I'm still not used to the teams. Hughes Pitts, so that will be interesting. We will stay with him.
We've got Andreas now taking the lead.
And Hughes actually comes out in front of Magzire, does he? He does.
He does.
By a second. So he got that working for him like a treat.
Oh, did he though?
He made a mistake! Oh my god, look at that! Magzire and Hughes go side by side! Magzire with the DRS though, Magzire on the inside, and Hughes must be furious right now. He did come out with a bit of a gap, but then he made a mistake, and now Magzire is out in front again. Oh my god. I did not believe that would happen, and now Mixa is on the rear as well. We're having a three-way battle for second position. What is going on? Straight out of nowhere.
This is going to help Andreas so much right now. He was in a position, like, literally a couple of laps ago, screaming behind someone else, and now he's the one pulling away.
Yeah. Just look at that. This race is unfolding like you would not believe.
It's mad how much, a few extra laps.
We gotta remember, I think Andreas on a few laps older tires than the rest of them. So in the end, they're gonna all be able to close it up a bit. I believe. The gap is now 9 seconds. So these guys just cannot battle too much if they want to close up to the leader. But it's the battle for second position with all three of them. Straight out of nowhere, Hughes, who's been a bit faster than Magzire before the pit stops, but now it seems like Magzire's got the pace down. Oh, as Mixa goes off the track there a bit, it makes a mistake, but with the two of them in front battling, I think he'll be closing right up here soon again. And looking back with Christoph Bose and Maximum Junger, we will also have a battle. Bose putting the pressure on Junger here. Between the two cars we talked about, the two of the established teams of Griffin Gaming and Octane Energy Plus.
Yeah, Griffin Gaming newer to the league, but I mean they're fairly established now.
So I think with two teams last season they did establish themselves quite well. They got a lot of screen time as well, and I think they showed that they can do as well. Oh, as we got Hughes really close to Magzire now. Sorry, I missed that.
They just sneak up on you, don't they? One little mistake and all of a sudden they're like 0.1 second.
Yeah. as I think Mixa behind. We will actually go a bit with Mixa on, along with him to
I'll
see
stick
this
with
car
Clank.
battle in front. And I think Mixa just want these two to keep on battling so he can close right up. Back with Bose and Junger as they're really tight together now. Bose with the DRS. But you know, I think, ooh, well, they get really close there as Bose makes a mistake. I think he just was a bit too fast for his own good there. Did not count the DRS in, but Junger, I think today has had the most impressive defensive driving I've seen in a while. Really making it clean, knowing when to defend and when to keep the racing line and so on. Making it really nice.
Well, that's just what you get with a 3-time Trout League champion at the end of the day. This guy is just experienced. He knows where to place his car. He knows who to challenge and who to... Not to say he's a pushover, but at the same time,
I mean,
when there's points at stake.
yes. Well, we're back up to the battle for P2. It seems like Mixa has now fallen behind. He's now 1.5 seconds behind. But the battle between Hughes and Magzire is still going on. We're now over halfway, lap 23 of 43. And these guys, I think, will soon start to get a bit tired, and you know that will show as well in their driving.
Yeah,
As
they'll
they
start
come-
wishing that they were back racing 175 kilometer races. But this is great racing for us. Obviously, still got another pit stop in hand.
Ooh,
Andreas on the hards though, going the distance.
Maximilian Junger actually pits, and that makes promotes Bose up into 5th. But for now, I think the battle we're all focused on is Hughes and Magzire for P2. And I think Hughes in that F0 racing. F0 also is one of the names that will stick around for a while, that we will know.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I mean, F-Zero, and not, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think they've got any accolades to their name other than, yeah, they haven't. So the team themselves haven't won any accolades. However, Clank Hughes is a hybrid series champion, or should I say Premier Series now, as we're trying to rebrand it.
Yeah, a lot of good drivers here, and the top people are showing why they're the top people right now. Magzire just is not able to pull away, and I'm not sure if Hughes is biding his time, or if he's just not able to close the gap down. It's really hard to tell.
I'm being roasted in the chat, so I do apologize if there's a lot of squeaky chairs going on. It's just how it is. We're on a budget, yo. Feel free to donate to the stream, guys. The links were, we get nice little notifications, and we'll all laugh as well. And I might buy a new chair. It won't squeak anymore.
Ooh, as they're really close now, Hughes and Magzire going into that corner, and I think out to after the SS, Hughes will be really close with his DRS.
A lot of drivers pitting now around lap 25.
Yeah. So as we see, there's no set strategy. I think there's no definitive strategy, because they all seem to be in a bit different, aren't they?
Yeah, you're right there.
As they're now really close here, but it seems like Magzire just might have a bit more downforce today. He got the better traction throughout the corners, and therefore Hughes is not just able to stick it down, because coming out to the straight is just a little bit too far behind every time.
Saying that, this is the closest he's been on any lap so far, but it's going into turn 2. That seems to be his downfall. Can't seem to stay close. Considering these cars are supposed to have
That's real quick. Gonna jump with Mochalenka. Mochalenka making a move on Falcon. As Maximilian Jungers, it's the fastest lap of the race, 1:23.5. So still 3 seconds up last year.
An extra point for us, though. But yeah, another point there regarding lap times. They're going to be slower because there's less downforce on the car. The
Yeah.
idea is that there's less turbulence coming off, and therefore they can stay closer. But that just doesn't seem to be the case with Clank. You just can't get past.
As Douglas
Oh,
Falcon takes back P8, having a little bit of as Mochalenka has a bit of a slide there. So the battle between them is also going back and forth. We're going to jump back up with Clank Hughes now. But yeah, but I do think it's a bit better racing than last year. No, they seem to be able to stick behind longer than we were last year.
Yeah, you're right there. At least, I mean, from the outside perspective, I don't know what Clank is experiencing right now in his tyres. As Andreas Pitt. So is that his first pit? Because he's just gone from hards to...
No, so that's his second pit stop. That's Andreas' second pit stop.
Alright, okay.
He's gone from soft to hard, and he went... I don't remember what he started on, but he's gone to medium now. I think he went from soft to hard and now to medium, which is actually a strategy no one actually talked about before the race, so that's another strategy up on it.
Well, this is the kind of in-depth strategy analysis you get here in the master split. There's some doubt going on in the some trout, shall I say?
Yeah, as Hughes was really close there, but yeah, it seems like he's just not able to make a pass. So now I think it will come down to strategy, because if Andreas pits, I suspect we will see these two pit. It's still 16 laps to go, if I'm not miscalculating. 15, 16 laps to go. And I don't think these guys will be able to pull their tires that long. So it will be interesting. If they will, that will be way long, because Andreas just pit a few laps before them after that contact with Irmas.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a lot of damage to in there. Mochalenko looking for a way around Falcon at the moment. So whereas one F0 driver is defending, the others are...
I've seen Monklink in that Sim Apex car. As he pits,
Yeah.
and maybe he tries to come out with an undercut. So we'll see after a while where he comes out. We're gonna jump back up in the battle for P1, current P1, between Magzire and Hughes. I think these two guys is the guys who will get the time on screen today. Their sponsors will be very happy with them. It's crazy to see as well how long Hughes is actually able to stick behind in the dirty air. That close for so long, it's impressive to see.
I know, but Hughes needs some kind of divine intervention to get past Magzire by the looks of things, because Magzire just seems to stay ahead on the straight.
Yeah, as Schiller sets the fastest lap of the race at 1:22.6.
Have I spoken too soon?
Ooh, as they come side by side, but can Hughes be able to make it stick on the outside? No, he cannot, and he has to tuck right back in behind Magzire. And yeah, it's Magzire making a nice defensive drive there as well. This is just, yeah, I'm waiting for something to happen. I think after a while, Hughes keeping his composure, not trying to dive, but here it comes on the outside again. We'll be able to make it stick. Oh, as they get really close there. But nice clean driving, as I was just gonna say. Oh, there's a car off. There's a car off. Who was that?
David Halligan, unfortunately, retires from the race. Big wreck for him.
good job of these guys not hitting him because he was standing there in the middle of the track. But yeah, for Hughes to keep his composure and not diving and not sending it on Magzire, it's a very nice and very good job, I gotta say. But here it comes now with DRS, and I think this is the closest it's been in a while on the start-finish straight. But still not closest. Schilder now sets another fastest lap, 1:22.6. He's really pushing it now. Schilder really closing up to these two guys. So these two guys battling is not helping them out at all.
Yeah, Hughes unfortunately losing a bit of time there due to a bit of turbulence riding the curb a bit hard. But he's back at it again though.
With 13 laps to go, look at Schilder really closing the gap. We're gonna come with him here along with Schilder along with him as we see the two guys in front of him. And I think we're just going to see this gap close down and close down and close down.
And I remember there was a lot of hate for this car going into this season, but I'm loving this racing. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I mean it's been a while since we had this close battle for the lead for this long, but look at this. Schilder is just closing up with a Griffin gaming car. But now is the question, will he be able to make a pass around these guys? He is on the medium tires while the two of them are on the hards. So it will be easier for him to make a pass, but with the two of them battling, will he be able to do anything? That is the question. It's a lot easier to pass two guys battling than to pass one guy. He goes side by side with Hughes though. DRS open on the outside. Will he be able to make the move stick? I think there's slight contact there, and just push Hughes and between Hughes and Schilder. Schilder goes off and not able to make a stick, and then he loses it. Schilder loses it, and it hits the wall, and it spins around, and that's gonna be major damage for him. Oh no! As the shot was rooting for him now, but he's not gonna be happy with that at all. Oh, as he spins again, yes he does, and he hits the wall, and I think that's race over for Schilder. We're gonna go back up with Hughes here. Schilder had it going for him. He had the race, I think, probably in his hand.
He just had to be patient.
Yeah,
he's not a patient guy, unfortunately. And I know that's a bold statement to make, but his track record shows Maximilian Younger catching it up now, and yeah, he just pulls off the racing line.
And I think the team boss at Griffin is not going to be happy with that. I think if he had kept his composure, he could have gone for the race win. But it's hard to say, and that's not where we're at now. Magzire, though, after that scrap between Schilder and Hughes, has gotten a lead of 1.3 seconds at the moment. But Schilder is not finished yet, I think. He is now. Schilder's slowing down a lot. Schilder's in the pits, and will we see him retiring?
You might see a pit repair first. Let's see the analysis.
Yeah.
He's still in the points, and there's a big gap. It'd be distasteful for him to just. There we go. Yeah.
So Schilder puts on the soft. We're gonna see Schilder pushing for it now.
Gaps have formed all over the grid now, though.
Yeah, but I think we will see Hughes closing it down here, don't you think?
I mean,
just
the
out of DRS.
The pressure of having to pit now is not on their minds. Why did Andreas have to bin it? He had it. He had it.
I think he did have it. Yeah.
He could have waited behind them for a couple of laps. His tires were perfect.
But that's racing. You know, being a good racing driver is not about being just quick. There's a lot more to it than being quick.
Yeah. I mean, and that's where having an engineer comes into comes into play, because an engineer could have just said, "Hey, be patient. You've got this. Cool it, baby."
Keep cool.
Yeah. Felipe, baby, stay cool.
Magzire is starting to make a slight few mistakes though, and Hughes closes down with 3/10 almost. But yeah, we'll see if Magzire can get back on track. He's been sliding. He's been a little bit on the grass here.
Well, he's still faster. His last lap was faster than Clank's by about a tenth, so he still has that.
I wonder, will we see pits from these two soon?
Well, like I said, Andreas is not a worry anymore. The next person is 16 seconds down the line, so
Yeah.
they could probably risk it, but is it worth it?
It all depends. If the tires get too slidey, then you can ask, is it worth driving around on ice, or do you want to have the traction? It's hard to say. But they're driving well. Seems like Magzire is coming back on track and just cool down a bit now. But yeah, what a race we've had so far. What a way to start the season.
Hermes Riss still with the best time so far, apparently.
As we're getting less than 10 laps to go now.
That can't be right, surely.
As Schilder sets the fastest lap, 1:21.7.
Well, there we go. That answers that question.
So he is really pushing it on those soft tires now. As we're gonna jump with him here, we're gonna probably see a few overtakes. First up is Prince, and I don't think we'll see Prince fighting too much for it because Schilder is just that much quicker. And there we go, Schilder, he gives way and Schilder just breezes by. But has Magzire make a mistake? Because there's just now 6/10 between Magzire and Hughes, as Hughes now within DRS again. And we might see a battle for first position in just a few laps here. While we have 8 laps to go. Hughes pushing, now only 4/10 for P1. And Magzire will really have to keep his composure now and make that defensive drive of his life. And I think these guys need to remember, it's the first race of the season. It's better to finish P2 than to not finish at all.
You're right. A lot of points on the board if you finish P2. A long season. Longer than any F1 season, eh? This we got Australia down twice.
I'm looking at it, it's not going to be disappointing. And here we go, now only 3/10, so the battle is back on between Magzire and Hughes. And Magzire is probably feeling the pressure right now.
And remember, guys, we're accepting any interviews, so if you want to jump in and have a little conversation with us, tell us about your race, we're here.
We're going to ride with Hughes here for a little bit.
Maxi pits. He stayed true to his word.
And is he pitting to get the fastest lap, or do you think is it just a strategy call?
Must be a strategy call.
Magzire comes out on the soft tires. He's now 12 seconds behind both, as Schilder now puts a 1:21.6. Schilder is pushing it hard up there. We'll see if Magzire will be able to challenge him for the fastest lap. As we see with Hughes here, Hughes just sticking behind half a second, but not able to close the gap down. They are coming up to some traffic though, and we'll have to hope the traffic moves out of the way.
they will most likely be held up by that to some extent.
As they're really close, they're almost touching in the hairpin, coming out to the start-finish straight. We will see if there's anything that can be done from Hughes. I do not believe so.
Magzire yet to win in Australia, I don't believe. So
Interesting
That's
to see
not
if he
fair.
can make it first. And am I right? Does it look like a Griffin car we have up there that they will come up to? Will we see any team orders in place if it is? Let me see. I did see spot something blue. I'm gonna have
looks
a
like Falcon, Douglas Falcon.
Douglas Falcon, so that is the F-Zero racing car. They have similar colors, but I just saw something blue out there and wondered.
Douglas Falcon is in a very important place right now. This could really help Frank Hughes.
So here we go, they're coming up. Douglas Falcon, the back marker, might just,
Let's see what he does. Does he do the gentlemanly thing and pull out of the way?
if
Preferably not on the racing line.
I think in the next straight we want to see him do it, but not yet. It's Falcon who has gaps behind him. He moves on this line just as I thought, and not holding up anything. Very nice done, and that is just what we like to see.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the community at play there.
And sorry,
Douglas.
yes, it was I was wrong. Yeah, they were both F-Zero. So there could have been team orders in place, but
Yeah,
yeah. But that's nice to see that the gentleman and the gentleman rule is in place, and that they're respecting each other. That is what we want to see after all in a good racing league. Schindler, real quick, gonna see if we can get the overtake. Oh, Schindler spins again. He was going for the overtake in Junger,
he
but
really needs to work on his overtakes.
yeah, Schindler not having a good day.
It hurts to see like a race winning potential fall like.
Yeah, but as I said before, that's what makes a good racing driver.
Yeah, as Frank Hughes is gaining on Paul Magzire.
And they go almost side by side, but Magzire is able to put it just in front. A good exit there by Hughes though. Out comes the DRS, and will he be able to make a move now? They will go side by side.
Magzire barely giving him any room to get.
Magzire is nowhere to put his car, and Hughes will be so frustrated not being able to get that around. But oh my lord, these guys are fighting. Schindler now seems to be past Junger. As Junger pits again. So that is worrying. Junger's gonna lose position again because he's pitting. So I wonder what's going on there. Now with a bit of a bigger gap between them, with 3 laps to go of the first race of the season, and what a race it has been. Oh, as we see, I thought Hughes almost were gonna lose it there. Again, he's showing himself. Will he try to go for the switchback? Will he be able to make it stick? Ooh, Magzire not leaving him a lot of room. But this time around, I think Hughes will have a better exit. Will he be able to make a move stick here with DRS? Oh, sorry, yeah, no. And he just has to stick really close the gap up so he can use that DRS when it gets enabled. Oh my lord. As they go side by side coming up to the SS. Ooh! But Hughes is just not being able to make a stick and just gets it in the wrong places. What do you say, Kilgore? As it seems like we might have lost Kilgore, sadly.
I'm sorry, I keep
Yeah.
forgetting I have push to talk enabled, but nevertheless, it's really frustrating to see Clank Hughes just not get past.
Yeah. With lap 41 of 43, Hughes will have to make a move here, and we see Hughes trying more and more. I think, but I think he knows that it's important to finish as well.
Yeah, you're right there. I think Magzire also knows this and is just not leaving him that much room, but just enough.
Yeah. Magzire is putting up a nice defensive drive as well. But for Hughes to, this battle, it's just incredible how long they've been fighting, how much they've been fighting this race.
We've got half the chat saying that Magzire is over defend, and the other half saying that Clank is over attack.
I think this is just good, clean racing.
Yeah, you're right there, but let's hope it stays this.
Yeah, with the drivers like this, I think coming to the last lap, if he hasn't gone past, he might start take a few risks. So far, I don't agree with the chat that has been over defending or over attacking or whatnot. I think it's been good, clean racing, and it's just what we want to see.
Paul Magzire takes such a late apex and is able to still get his car turned and make a good exit out of it. It always looks like Clank Hughes has got the corner going into the last turn.
410 separate the two of them now. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm just watching myself at the moment. It's crazy. I did not expect we would have a battle for the race win for this long throughout the race, but
I know, right? You have to remember though, this is a street circuit. It's very hard to get by. Might not be the case in Bahrain. I believe is the next track.
the question is, if he gets by, will he be able to keep it? As we're about to come out here soon on the last lap of the race, just a few more corners to go, and here we are. They're really close, going out on the start-finish time to start the last lap of the race. First race, season 7, the Premier League. And yeah, Hughes will have to put every effort he has.
Really just has this and another opportunity later on. He's gonna make it stick this time, unfortunately. So
As the chat is telling me to quit yawning, I'm actually not tired, guys. I'm sorry about that. I'm speaking too much. I don't get any air in my lungs. But here we go. 2/10, last lap of the race, and it's for the win. Will Hughes be able to make it past Magzire, or will Magzire take his first win here in Australia? It's yeah, I don't know what to say. We're gonna see them here come out to the latter part of the track. But
I mean, this
I
is it.
think Hughes is just slightly too far behind.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Coming to the last few corners. And out to the start-finish line. as Magzire wins the race. The first race and his first time here in Australia, but good job by Hughes for taking second position. That was a wonderful race to watch. Very wonderful. Looking down through the field, we have Mixa Mortiferum coming out in P3, and good race by him as well. Bose, fourth.
Andreas Schilder still finishing P5. What happened to Maximilian?
Maximilian Junger, we will see here. We have Schilder, yeah, P4, P5 after a very up and down race for him.
Maxi's run out of fuel. Maxi's run out of fuel. No.
Maxi has run out of fuel, and he stopped on the track, and that's gonna be 2 pit stops. And now he's out of fuel, and he's gonna drop down in the order. Oh no!
You muppet.
As Prince finished 6th, Southward will finish P9. Van Dyke, who P10. Douglas Falcon, and yeah, and there we have the sad look of Junger.
That is not what we wanted. Oh God. That is not what we wanted.
But what a race! What a race!
The chat is going mental after Maxi dropping out there. Oh well. It was a great race.
Very good race. Who would you say would you call the driver of the day?
Paul Magzire, he just did what he had to do.
He did what he had to do, yeah.
I'd love to see Clank Hughes on the top step. I won't lie, but squeak. Paul Magzire, he's just he put his car exactly where he needed to put it every time he had to defend.
Yeah, and to keep his composure for that long, even being overtaken once, I think it's a very good job by Magzire. And once again, he's showing why he has a name, why he has a name that we all know by now.
Yeah, you're right there. And these two champions just showing why they are champions.
Yeah, no, a race, and I'll see. I don't think we'll have anyone actually for an interview. See if we have anyone jumping up. But yeah, that was splendid racing by most of them. Surprised to see Irmas making mistakes like he did. Haven't seen that in a long time.
He's been out of the cockpit for a while. Just a bit rusty. I say next race he's going to be back on form and he's going to be the one to beat.
Yeah. And for you guys who's watching, next time around it's the 11th of April. Oh no, sorry, what? I am reading this wrong. It's the 9th of May in Bahrain International Circuit for race 2. Hopefully we'll get as good as a race as this in Bahrain.
I know, right? I love Bahrain.
Yeah.
It always puts on a good race. Nice open roads, good corners, plenty of speed.
As we have Christoph Bose.
I'll bring him in.
Yeah. Oh, whoops.
Hello.
Hello. Any comments about your race?
It was quite interesting. First laps were quite sweaty with Vlad, I think. Right up my gearbox, like he was 1 second all the time. And I think he was quicker at first, but then the grip built up and then I kinda pulled away like a little bit. And then our strategies weren't the same, and so I haven't seen him all race again. Then when I was on my first mediums, at the end of the stint, I caught up to Maxi, and I actually was like 1 to 1.5 seconds faster than him because he was still on his starting mediums, and I couldn't do the overtake. He was like braking so awkward in corners, like his mid corner speed was so slow. Literally had to jump on the brakes on the apex. And he pulled into the pits, so the only bit of traffic I got, I couldn't clear. So yeah.
You got P4 in the end, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
correct.
So that's a good job. And how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'm really excited, or I'm I'm really happy because coming here with no warm up and starting from P8, I was like also not really confident on the track, but I think Irma's crashed. Andreas had like fell back on the last lap or on one of the last laps, so some positions I gained not by me doing good, but P4 in the end is still I'm still really glad it played out that way.
Yeah. Looking forward for Bahrain next time around.
Yeah, definitely. Bahrain is a track I enjoy a lot.
Yeah.
Well, Christoph, thank you for commentating in the Challenger split and also putting on a great show for us tonight.
Thank you. Thank you that I can be here.
And also for running the league. I mean, doesn't go without saying. You do a lot for the league, so thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you, Christoph.
It's a pleasure to be here with all the people.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, it's a bit of an up and down, but we do it for the people and everyone together, and we're a community, so that's the most important thing.
I know, right? Thank you very much, Christoph. And
Yep.
is anyone else wanting to be grilled?
I don't know. A lot of people are starting to type in the chat, but I don't see anyone here in voice.
Yeah, people are starting to form those incident reports already. Alex Cochran, I see he's already filed 3 after his race win.
Well,
I'm joking, obviously.
yeah.
Only 3.
So
Oh,
I think with
jeez.
that we'll round off because it does not seem
Yeah.
like we have anyone else with us. Thank you both, Christoph, both, and thank you Kilger for commentating with me after you did the first one as well.
Oh, it's fine, man. I loved
Give some
it.
insight. Yeah, it was very exciting. Thank you for everyone watching and giving me some information as well. And don't miss the next one in Bahrain, 9th of May. Sorry, am I right?
Yep,
I forgot. 9th of May. So be here or be square, as they say. For now, I wish you all a good night.
Good night.